Good morning, YouTube. So with today's video, I'm going to give you my top 10 summer designer fragrances for the year of 2023. Summer of 2023. Not in any numerical order, but let's get this list started. So number 10 or number 1 is going to be Dolce & Gabbana Light Blue Forever. This stuff is just fantastic. This is a hate or love scent, right? If you love grapefruit, like really grimy, like when you open up like the grapefruit, you peel it, that type of like authenticity, this is one that you're really gonna love. So grapefruit, violet leaf, it's got some ozonic notes, vetiver, and musk. Super authentic, tart, bitter grapefruit, violet leaf to add that airiness to it, vetiver towards the base, along with musk. This stuff for me is gorgeous. It's like a 10 out of 10. One of the most natural smelling citrus designer scents. I find that generally it's the niche houses, the niche brands that do better blended citruses. This, however, smells so real. This is casual. You can wear it to school if you want. You could wear it to work with a suit and tie. But for me, it's like very much like this, or like white t-shirt and jeans. Longevity is going to be about 6 to 7 hours. Fragrance number 2, if you want something that's very masculine, very signature scent worthy, versatile, but also quite classy. That's not going to be like your usual summer scent. Bottega Veneta Illusione for him might be something that you might want to look into. This is just woods upon woods. It's got fir, it's got vetiver, cedar, lemon, bitter orange, and definitely resin. It's mostly just woods with citrus towards the background. Fantastic. I believe that this one came out either in 2018 or 2019. Again, if you want something that's very masculine and a little mature, this is something you really gotta look into. This fragrance never really caught on, or this brand never really gets a lot of mention. But this fragrance here, I keep getting the bottle mixed up like backwards. But this fragrance, again, just woody, it's masculine, it's classy, and it's mature. I'm thinking someone 30 and up would appreciate this one a lot more than someone in their early 20s. But if you want to wear it in your early 20s, by all means, go ahead. The commercial that they had for this, it was like a young man getting out of a pool, walking towards an attractive woman who's at the, like, just on the pool deck or whatnot. Just, you know, I was like, this and the commercial, they don't really go together, because when I smell this, I picture more of a suit and tie type thing. You know, a suit and tie, a mature guy with a better beard than myself, and longevity is going to be about 7 to 8 hours. Fragrance number 3 is going to be from Bulgarian. That's going to be Aquamarine. If I'm speaking a little bit more quiet, it's actually because of the dog next door. I've been trying to film all morning long, and the dog just, it's one of those types of dogs. Because it's that time of the year, the dog goes on the balcony. So please forgive me if I'm talking a little bit too quiet. I know that I tend to like really project, and when it comes to recording, I do speak louder than normal. This is just green, fresh, and aromatic. This is fantastic. Like the original Aqua is really good. This one here is a little, maybe a little bit more lighter, a little bit more fresher. And this fragrance does have that typical seaweed. The seaweed is salty, it is green, but this fragrance also has like lemon, grapefruit, it's got like neroli, amber, watery notes, cedar, rosemary, and I believe it has musk. It's just really green, more fresher than the original, sea salty, a little like herbal from that rosemary, and woody, and definitely musky. Great summer scent. This entire lineup has been discontinued. I don't think that they're selling this retail at the Hudson's Bay across the street, but you can still get these online. You know, I believe that they are phasing it out. The Amara, I liked. A lot of people hated on it. It's just over the top expensive at this point. They had Tonic, which has just been discontinued. I really wanted to smell that one. And the original. I think the original and this one are the only ones available at the moment. But look into it before it's too late. Longevity is about 5 hours. Fragrance number 4 is going to be for the older guy out there that is mature and classy, but also masculine. Robert Graham's Courage. 3 notes of this one here: vodka, guaiac wood, and bergamot. There is a little bit of a sparkling boozy accord to it, definitely the Gaiac and also that bergamot. Bergamot is definitely there. The woodiness of this one here is going to be the backbone, and that vodka would be like probably in like the background, you know. If it wasn't for the Gaiac, this fragrance probably wouldn't last more than like 2 hours. Longevity off this is not stellar, you know. It's not bad, but you know, like for the price tag that it was going for at one time, you would want it to last a little bit longer. This is going to be about 6 hours, but for me, this is just a great signature, versatile fragrance for someone who's 30 and up. But if you're like a young guy who likes it, then rock it. Especially if you're a young guy who is a little bit more mature for his age, a little bit more of an old soul, you know. Then I think that you might be able to pull it off quite nicely. But you know, very versatile, dressing it like this all the way to a suit and tie, to a tuxedo. You know, it's that classy. It's nothing special, but for me, I do think that it's a great signature scent for the older guy out there. Fragrance number 5. Whew, this brand, wow. You know, like this lineup that they have created is fantastic. It's a designer, but it's a designer exclusive. But for online, you can get them for like $100 to $120 Canadian. Dunhill's Amalfi Citrus. If you like Ferrari Bright Neroli, if you like Tom Ford Neroli Portofino, this is something that you might like. It's not 100% like them, but it definitely does have like a ton of citrus in a ton of creamy, soapy neroli. But the citruses themselves, there's like 4 or 5, you know, like your typical mandarin, you got the orange, grapefruit, lemon, bergamot, like your typical citrus. But with the neroli, the musk, woods, but also jasmine. So fresh, so clean, and so soapy. Like for me, it's just a much more affordable scent than Tom Ford. It's very close. To my nose, it's close. Again, not 100%. This smells better blended than Ferrari Bright Neroli. A fragrance that is synonymous pretty much with me. The brand is synonymous with me, right? Because I plugged that brand over and over the years. I was the self-proclaimed unpaid shill, the brand ambassador to Ferrari, because that's how much I enjoyed their scents. I would reach for this more than Ferrari Bright Neroli. It just smells smoother. Bright Neroli, I find, to my nose, smells really good. It smells pretty smooth, but this just smells better. It's versatile, but it's not overly formal. You know, a young guy could wear it all the way to an old man. You could wear it to school, to work casually, but also to a daytime semi-formal event. Longevity, I gotta be honest, I haven't worn it all that much, maybe 3-4 times. It was about 6 to 7 hours. Fragrance number 6 is definitely a lot more mainstream than a lot of the other ones in this list, except for maybe this one. This one is pretty mainstream. It's pretty popular in our community. Well, that's gonna be Chanel Allure Homme Sport. Vanilla, aldehydes, that tonka bean. The tonka bean and the aldehydes, super prominent. You are gonna get the citruses, a little bit of amber, definitely the neroli, and some woods. Fantastic, just over the top, talked about, popular, and for a good reason. You know, a lot of people still talk about this one. Like 17 years later, I think it came out in 2004. It's that good. To me, it's that good. It's a great casual scent, it's good office fragrance, and I do think that you can wear this to a daytime semi-formal event. You know, even though it does come across as a little casual, I do think for like a suit and tie event, you can wear it. Nothing overly formal though, right? But if you're just like a guest at a wedding, absolutely, absolutely. And this is a great date fragrance as well. It smells more suited for the daytime, but if you want to wear this at night, you know, on a casual date, by all means, I think it would be a great addition, and longevity is a lot better than a lot of these other fragrances, is about 8 to 9 hours. For fragrance number 7, I did state that this is a fantastic, authentic grapefruit, but so is this one here, Guerlain's Aqua Allegoria Pamplemousse. This is a super authentic, realistic grapefruit. Depending on, oh boy, is that ever tart and sour. Oh man, this is bringing back memories of my childhood. Because like my mom, like when I was a kid, she used to eat grapefruit a lot. Like I don't know how she ate that for breakfast. I never enjoyed grapefruit. Not even like, you know, grapefruit juice. I never enjoyed it. But the smell I enjoy now, but back then I did not. But this really does remind me of my mom. Oh yeah. Depending on where you look, this is marketed as a feminine fragrance, or some sites will say it's a unisex scent. I find that a guy can wear this. Not like a burly, masculine kind of guy, but like a modern day gentleman. You know, someone who likes fashion, someone who is well-mannered, well-polished, manicured, all that kind of stuff. You know, just all that kind of stuff. I've stated it so many times, you know, and I use the Kingsman as a reference all the time. But this is a great, like, super realistic grapefruit. It also has cassia or cassis, neroli, patchouli, and petitgrain. Just a citrus bomb with a little bit of greenery to it, and like a little bit of like patchouli towards the base. Fantastic. 10 out of 10. For me, you have to be like a modern day gentleman. Again, your traditional manly man. If you're a frat boy, this is something that you're not gonna like at all. But also, if you're like a young person, you could wear this, you know. But I think that someone who's like late 20s and up, someone who's a little bit polished, you know, like whether it's a female or male, can truly appreciate this one. And it's pretty versatile. But for me, it's more casual and office. But if you want to wear it to school, by all means. And longevity is going to be about 4 to 6 hours. Fragrance number 8 for you manly dudes out there, Bentley for Men Azure. Now this has tangerine, it's got pineapple, super juicy pineapple, and no, it's not even close to Creed Aventus. Whenever people like say the note of pineapple, like, is it Aventus? No, it is not. This also has violet leaf to add that aromatic touch. It's a very airy scent, but there's also paprika. The paprika is what gives it that warm, spicy nuance. There's cashmere wood, but also a green tea, like a tea component, but there is like a greenery to it. Masculine, classy, mature. But if you're like the traditional manly man out there, not someone who proclaims to be alpha, you guys are just some beta bitches, in my opinion. Now, if you gotta claim to be alpha, then you're not an alpha. No, I'm not like a super manly kind of guy. I just ain't, but I'm more masculine than a lot of those guys who claim to be, okay? You know, when you do that sort of bit, you're just projecting your insecurities, is what I meant to say. And this is coming from some guy who does have some insecurities himself, so come on. But just masculine, mature, classy, you could dress it like this, all the way to a suit and tie, all the way to a tuxedo. And longevity is going to be about 7 to 8 hours. Very versatile as well. Fragrance number 9, if you want a good mint scent, Burberry's Mr. Burberry Indigo. This one has just been forgotten. Like, you know, when it comes to Burberry, generally when you think of like their summer scents, you think of like Weekend. Burberry Weekend, you know, that's a solid scent. It's very synthetic, but for me, I actually prefer this one here. The entire lineup, except for Element, when it comes to Mr. Burberry, is really not so bad. This is my favorite though. So with this one here, green mint. Love the mint in this one. It's got tea, oak moss, amber, some citrus, but also some violet to add a bit of an aromatic feel to it. This will add that pep to your step. I haven't had a lot of, actually no, by the looks of it, I didn't really have any mint fragrances in this list. So if you're looking for a good mint scent, look into this one here. Fantastic. It will definitely leave that pep to your step. You could wear this to school, you could wear it to work, you can wear it just casually if you want. Great weekend fragrance. And longevity is going to be about 6 hours. And last but not least, this easily could have made a cheapie, but it had to make this list. Calvin Klein CK1 Summer Days. This has a beautiful, juicy, bright kumquat. Like the kumquat in this, oh man. It's just, it really energizes you. And I'm gonna state this on camera. This, like the kumquat in this, is not cheap. It smells like a lot more natural than a lot of the other Calvin Kleins, right? Longevity is another issue though, but kumquat, musk, mint, tea, vetiver, and so on. It's just super bright, super citrusy. A little green, herbal, a little woody from that vetiver, and definitely musk. I wore this when I was in Hawaii. If you live in that part of the world, or if you live in the South Pacific, shit, if you live in Florida, This should be a fragrance that you are like reaching for quite often. Super casual, like for me it's ageless. Some people will say it leans a little bit more towards the young out there, but for me I think that a 60-year-old, 70-year-old, whatever, can wear it no problem. It just will make you feeling good. Longevity, that's the issue. It's not bad, but you do pay for what you get. It's about 3 to 4 hours. And guys, that's it. After so many attempts, so many frustrations from the dog next door, we have come to the end. So that is my top 10 summer designers for 2023. Any reviews that I've done on these fragrances, they will all be down in the description box below. And because that this is a summer list, why don't you check out prior summer videos right here. And if you like this very video, please leave me one of these. I thank you for your time, take care, and I will see you later. Thanks for watching, everybody.